אני מאמין באמונה שלמה.
Good morning, everyone. As you know, this week's parsha speaks about the famous story of the copper snake. There was the Jews were speaking evil about Moshe and God, and it came to a point. This is already the 40th year. This is the new generation. This is not the fathers that died out, and they were complaining. So the snakes. What do you mean the snakes came? In desert, there's snakes. That's what a desert has, snakes. However, God's clouds used to kill all the snakes. However, once they spoke about God and Aaron died, the clouds left. So the snakes were there and started to kill the Jews and bite them and die. So they came to Moshe. So Hashem said to Moshe that he should make Vayas Moshe Nochash Nechoshes. He should make a copper snake. Vayisemeu alanes. He should put it on a pole. If the snake bites you, you look at this copper snake and you'll become healthy. That's what the Torah says. So that means, so the snake bites you, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to look on the snake, and the snake heals you. So the question is, why is it that if you're looking up, your snake heals you? What does looking up got to do with the healing you? So the Talmud says that he put it on a high pole. And by putting it high pole, they looked up. When they looked up, they reminded themselves of God. And they prayed to God. So it wasn't that the snake cured them. It was the snake made them look up because it was on a high pole. Once they looked up, they saw heaven. They reminded of God. They prayed to God, and God cured them. It wasn't they looking at the snake. However, the question remains. So then, why make a snake? Make anything else. Make a crocodile and put it on a pole. Anything that you have to look up. What's the snake? So here the Alter Rebbe says an interesting thing. A snake represents the total negative. The first thing that caused negative to this world is the snake. The snake came and spoke to Chava to do something against God. So that when you want to speak about klipa or negativity is represented through a snake. So you might think that the klipa, which is the negative force, has their own energy, meaning they're almost, God gives them energy and they do what they want with it. So what did Moshe say? Moshe was told by God, take the snake and put it on a pole. The idea of putting the snake on a pole is to tell you that even this negative snake, which is klipa, which is negativity, comes. Where does this energy come from? From God. That means anything that you see negative, anything you see bad, has a source in godliness that's creating it and making it exist. Because if God didn't want it to exist, it wouldn't exist. So everything you see that looks to you negative, you have to realize that where is this negativity coming from? Who is giving the creation and the source and the life to the negativity? From up high. So that means it's coming from a good source. So why does it look negative? Because you're seeing it down here below. But if you look at it in its source, it's really good. As the story of Nachum Ish Gamzu. What happened to Nachum Ish Gamzu? Nachum Ish Gamzu, he was a Jew. He lived in the times of the Mishnah. And they sent him to the Roman Empire to nullify the decree. So he took a box of golden coins and diamonds and jewelry to give a gift to the Roman Empire to ask them to nullify the decree. When he's on the way going, he stopped in an inn. He slept in an inn. And the owners of the inn knew that he has a whole chest full of diamonds and things. So what they did in the middle of the night, they exchanged. They took out all the jewelry and put earth. And so he continues to go with the box of earth. And he goes to the Roman Empire. He says, here's the gift that the Jews gave you. Opens it up. And they see there's nothing in there, just sand. So the Romans say, you're mocking us? You're destroying us? So all of a sudden, one of the ministers of the Roman Empire says, maybe this is the sand that his great-great-grandfather Abraham used when he conquered the 4 kings. How did he conquer? He took sand, he threw the sand, and it became arrows and slingshots and swords, and it killed all the enemies. Try it. So the Romans said, oh, that's a great idea. So they took the sand, and they conquered one of the countries that they couldn't conquer, and they threw sand, and it killed out the whole country. So not only did they nullify the decree, they said, Nachum, wow, where do you get such sand? Could I get such? And he says, it's only a one-time deal. And they filled up his chest again with coins. The next day, he goes back and he stops in the same inn. And they said, no, how was it? He said, great, the sand killed out, it was the best thing we did. So they figured it was the sand from their hotel, from their inn. So they brought the king the same sand, says, oh, here's the sand that he got the king used, it didn't work. But what is the point? Nochamish Gamzu. When he woke up the morning and he saw there's no diamonds and no jewelry, it's just full of sand. What did he do? He continued with his journey to the Romans. Why? Because he said Gamzu Latova. Gamzu Latova means this is also good. Meaning if God made that they took out my diamonds and jewelry and they put sand, means that this sand is better than the diamonds. So when he went, since he saw that everything in its source is good, it became good and it became better than the diamonds, because at least this killed the enemies. The diamonds was just money. So therefore, when you see something negative, in order to make the negative positive, you have to look at its source. Lift it up. When you look at its source, it's all good. If you see that it's all good, then it becomes good even here, down here, that not only it doesn't kill the people, the Jewish people, it made them alive. So whoever got bit by the snake, if they looked in the source, which is from God, and everything is good, and they realize that it's all good and it's coming from God, then not only the snake didn't kill them, it made them even stronger. So in our lives, when we see things that we're going through in life that look bad, go to its source. It comes from God. Connect to God, and then look at it as that this is really positive, and then it actually becomes positive. As the famous saying goes, Trach gut, wird sein gut. By thinking positive, it'll be positive, because in the true source, where it originates from, it comes from godliness. So if it originates from godliness, it's really good. Nervous, we don't see the good. So if you see it in its source that it's good, then it becomes good also. So Hashem should help that we should see everything in its true essence that it's good. And by seeing that it's good, it will become good, and even better good than the good that you thought it will be.
אני מאמין, אני מאמין, אני מאמין. אני מאמין.